Hi everyone, I want to go ahead and talk to you about the properties of exponents and what we do when we are multiplying, okay? So let's say we have x to the fifth times x to the third, okay? We can tell that we are multiplying because of this dot right here. That means multiplication. When we are multiplying, we know that we are going to be looking at our coefficients, and our coefficients are imaginary 1 and imaginary 1, and we are going to multiply those like normal. They have the same x's, so we know that they can go together. So 1 times 1 is going to be 1, and they both share an x. They both have this in common. It's the same variable, x. And what do we do with these exponents? When we have these exponents, what we're going to do is we are going to add them. Add. So we're going to say 5 plus 3. So essentially it's x, so 5 plus 3. That's what we're doing with our exponents. 5 plus 3 is 8. So it is 1x to the 8th. Or you could just write it x to the 8th. Now, for our second example, we see 4x to the third times 2x to the third. Like in my first example, we are multiplying. So we should look at our coefficients, and we're going to go ahead and multiply them like normal. So we have a 4 here, and we have a 2 here. So 4 times 2 is 8. They both share the x, so we're going to write our x again. And what do we do with our exponents? We're going to be adding them. So essentially right now it's x 3 plus 3. So that would be x to the 6th. So our total answer is 8x to the 6th. So we did 4 times 2, which is 8. They both have the x, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Now, for our last example, this might look a little bit more complicated, but don't worry, it's not, okay? So we have 9x to the 10th, y to the 3rd, times negative x to the 5th, y to the 3rd. As always, I like to go ahead and identify our coefficients. Our coefficient here is 9, and our coefficient here is going to be what? Negative and imaginary 1. So 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and look at our next piece. So we have x to the 10th times x to the 5th. Okay? So these two match because we have an x. And what are we going to be doing with our exponents? We are going to be adding them. So 10 plus 5 is 15. So we're going to write x to the 15th. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our next one. We have a y. So let's go ahead and match it with another y right here. So we have y to the 3rd times y to the 3rd. So we know we have a y, so we're going to write our y, and we're going to look at our exponents and say 3 plus 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So our final answer would be negative 9 x to the 15th power y to the 6th. And that's your answer.